Welcome all. Today's top breaking news with Gitanjali from Bayan Times. Guntur MLA tests positive in home isolation. Another ruling party MLA in the district has tested positive for COVID-19 and was placed in home quarantine. In a selfie video on Wednesday, he explained his condition and hoped for speedy recovery. The MLA is the third elected representative from the ruling party to have been infected in Guntur district. Meanwhile, 842 new cases were recorded in the district, pushing the tally to 6,913. As many as 3,960 were undergoing treatment in COVID hospitals. Also, complete lockdown was announced in Rappel, Bapatla, Ponnuru, and Chilakarulupet. TDP's virtual protest against government failure to combat COVID-19. Responding to a call given by TDP Supremo N. Chandrababu Naidu, the party cadre launched a virtual agitation against the YSRC government's failure to curb the spread of COVID-19 in the state. TDP leaders said that the week-long agitation began in all the 175 assembly segments in the state. Naidu will address TDP cadres online on July 27. The opposition TDP also launched a widespread campaign on social media to create an awareness among people about the state government's failure in combating coronavirus effectively. The TDP reiterated its demand for provision of Rs 5,000 aid to poor families in the state during the pandemic, as majority of them have been rendered jobless due to the COVID-19 induced nationwide lockdown. It also demanded that an ex gratia of 50 lakh be announced for the frontline COVID warriors who fell victim to the virus. Government has moved SC as opposition is stalling welfare schemes, Jagan Mohan Reddy, launching a broadside against the opposition for creating hurdles in the implementation of welfare schemes, including the distribution of house sites to the poor. Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy said the government had approached the Supreme Court to clear the hurdles and hoped the decks would be cleared to distribute house pattas to the poor on August 15. Participating in the 71st Vana Mahotsavam as part of Jaganna Pacha Thornam at Gajulapeta near Ibrahimpatnam in Krishna district, Jagan said the opposition TDP was trying to stall welfare activities through courts and litigations. Even the welfare program of distribution of outside pattas to the poor was dragged to the court by the TDP, and we had to approach the Supreme Court. Hopefully, the air will be cleared soon and we will distribute house-side pattas to 30 lakh people on August 15, he said. While there are 1.48 crore houses in the state, we are providing houses to 30 lakh families, which works out to 20%, he said. King George Hospital still awaiting approval for Covaxin clinical trials. Clinical trials of Covaxin will begin at King George Hospital after getting the approval from the Directorate of Medical Education DME. KGH is one of the 12 hospitals chosen by the Indian Council of Medical Research ICMR for conducting the clinical trials of Covaxin. The approval of DME is expected to come anytime. Soon after getting the approval, the Ethics Committee will have a detailed discussion on conduct of clinical trials of Covaxin, said Dr. P.V. Sudhakar, Principal of Andhra Medical College. Dr. Venugopal, Head of Pediatrics Department, has been appointed Principal Investigator for conducting clinical trials of the vaccine. After the deliberations of the Ethics Committee, the clinical trials of the vaccine will be taken up as per the ICMR guidelines, he said. Telangana recovery rate at 78.37%, third best in country. The hard work of the doctors and health workers at various COVID-19 hospitals in Telangana is finally paying off. The state has climbed to third position in the country in the percentage of COVID-19 patients cured and discharged from hospitals. The revelation came as a major relief to the state government at a time when it was being hauled over coals by the opposition that it had bungled containment of the spread of coronavirus and left the people to fend for themselves. The central government said that Telangana, with 78.37% discharge rate, stood in the third position, next only to Delhi 84.83% and Ladakh 84.3%. As many as 19 states and UTs have posted a recovery rate higher than the national average of 63.13%, and the highest ever recoveries of 28,472 were registered in a single day, taking the cumulative figure to 7,53,049. Andhra Pradesh records highest single-day spike with 6,045 cases. Andhra Pradesh recorded the highest single-day spike of COVID-19 cases with 6,045 persons testing positive for the virus, taking the cumulative number of cases past 64,000 mark. The number of deaths in a day was also on the higher side, with 65 patients succumbing to the virus, and the death toll in the state now stands at 823. Visakhapatnam recorded the highest number of positive cases with 1,049 persons affected with the virus, while two others districts, East Godavari and Guntur, recorded more than 800 cases in a day. Kurnool and West Godavari districts reported more than 600 cases during the 24 hours. With the surge in the cases from all the 13 districts, the cumulative positive cases in the state now stands at 64,713. The highest number of deaths were reported from Guntur district, with 15 people succumbing to the virus, followed by 10 in Krishna, 8 in West Godavari, 7 in East Godavari, 5 each in Chittur and Kurnool, 4 in Vizianagaram, 3 each in Prakasam, Srikakulam, Visakhapatnam, and 1 each in Kadapa and Nellore districts. Finance Minister T. Harish Rao inaugurates 3 steel banks in Siddipet town. Finance Minister T. Harish Rao inaugurated steel banks in wards 24, 27 and 29 in Siddipet town. Speaking on the occasion, the minister stated that the use of plastic would be banned in the town and that people should be made aware of the steel bank so that steel plates, glasses and other utensils can be rented for any function. After the event, the minister inspected the ₹5 dining center set up under Hare Rama Hare Krishna Trust at Mustabad Junction. He noticed that food was being served in plastic plates and directed Municipal Chairman Raja Narsu to arrange steel plates for the center within 2 days. He also stated that trees growing along both sides of the 91-kilometer stretch of Rajiv Highway from Vatimamidi to Thotapalli village looked like green wall. He directed the governing bodies of the villages and mandals along the highway to protect the plants. He interacted with the woman planting saplings on the roadside at Mulugu Mandal headquarters. Telangana working to make agriculture profitable, says CM Chandrasekhar Rao. Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao said the state government is going all out to make agriculture profitable and transform farmers into an opulent elite of the state. At a review meeting on agriculture at Telangana Bhavan, the Chief Minister directed officials to work with commitment and hard work to achieve the goal. Rao said the state has more than 1 crore acres of agricultural land under cultivation, which provides livelihood to lakhs of farmers. He wished for a major transformation in traditional farming methods. The Agriculture Department should guide and educate the farmers about the strength of organization, he said. He added that, if necessary, the government was ready to sanction more posts to the department. The efforts put in by the state government to develop the agriculture sector are unparalleled. We have spent crores on irrigation projects. We are giving power and water free of cost to farmers. Under Raitu Bandhu, financial input needed for agriculture is deposited in accounts of farmers. In case any farmer dies, his family member were given 5 lakh under Raitu Bima, the Chief Minister said. Prepare urban development plans for next 30 years, says K.T. Rama Rao. Municipal Administration and Urban Development MAUD Minister K.T. Rama Rao told the municipal commissioners to come up with urban development plans for the next 30 years to expand cities or towns, keeping in view the future needs. As the state is turning into an urban state with the majority of population living in urban areas, the plans should be made in accordance with the population growth and development of cities or towns. The minister said, He was speaking at a workshop organized for Municipal Corporation Commissioners at Dr. Mari Chana Reddy Human Resource Development Institute. Rama Rao said that the development was happening at a brisk pace under Hyderabad, predominantly around the Outer Ring Road ORR. He directed the municipal officials to provide basic amenities near ORR. He said, at present 40% of the population is living in urban areas. This will increase in next 5 years. Soon, Telangana will turn in to be an urban state. Thus, the plans to handle the increasing population should be charted out. NIA probing probable link between Hyderabad smugglers and Kerala gold scam. Days after the National Investigation Agency, NIA officials arrested 4 persons, including former UAE consulate staff Swapna Suresh in Bengaluru, in connection with the Kerala gold smuggling case. The agency is understood to have collected details of those who were involved in smuggling gold through Hyderabad before the imposition of lockdown to ascertain if there is any link between them and the Kerala operators. The investigation agency also kept a close watch on the movements of some Hawala operators in the city for their alleged nexus with the kingpins of the Kerala gold smuggling case, with the NIA, in its remand report, had said was a part of larger conspiracy to destabilize the country's economy by importing bullion in huge quantities and use the proceeds for financing terrorist operations. The NIA suspects that the Hawala operators in Hyderabad may have moved the money to the UAE through Hawala route for the gold meant for entry into India through Kerala. Earlier, the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence (DRI) as well as customs officials arrested a number of persons who travelled from different countries to Hyderabad smuggling gold and foreign currency but could not establish any link with the operators involved in Kerala gold smuggling case. With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share and subscribe Bayan Times.